Morning.
Hi, welcome to Friday.
Yes, TGIF.
You're just taking a little sip.
I was.
Some coffee.
Some coffee. It's been that kind of week, you guys.
We'll be posting a picture shortly on our Facebook pages.
Yes.
These mugs were made by the mother of our friend and coworker Trevor.
Our digital content manager.
Yeah. He's the one who typed, you see what the caption says, Happy Friday? Trevor typed that. He hit the start button back in the digital studio, which is
how
I guess
we are live.
it's a concept, not a place. And here we are on this Friday, taking a sip of coffee.
Yes, some coffee that our Miss Allie Baxter sent us from Virginia. From a place she used to work.
Yeah, she used to work at a coffee shop. So anyway, a lot of information that you may
Probably
have wanted
don't
to
care,
know, maybe you didn't, but now you do. We're excited you're here. And
A little bit of some background of what our morning was like.
we got Gib in the control room. Any messages for the friends, Gib? I didn't think so. No messages.
He sounds tired.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs some coffee. But you don't drink coffee, do you, Gib? I've never seen you drink coffee.
He has his protein drinks.
Yes.
Yep.
So we'll get into the weather quiz. Let us know where you're watching from. Give us a weather report. We would appreciate that, especially with our weather we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
And then any questions, we can take a look at the weekend forecast a little bit closer. If you're in a different neck of the woods that's not northern Michigan, we know we have viewers from everywhere. And then any other notes, Brendan? Comments, concerns?
We forgot to ask the weather quiz on our first Facebook Live.
Yes.
How did we handle that with the standings? Did we go with Gibbs' wife?
Gibbs' wife, yes.
Okay,
and I
so-
didn't specify because we were trying to see if there was anyone in the building. And we're the only ones really here in the morning. Sometimes our manager's here, couldn't find him yet. And then, yeah, it's just us. So that was our fault. So we apologize if you guys were trying to maybe answer it. I did have it pulled up, but in Brendan's defense, there were more important fuzzy animals at play this morning. So
Yeah, our reporter Madison was at an alpaca farm, not too far from Traverse City.
yes. And if you know anything about me, maybe you're just learning this now. Alpacas are one of my favorite animals in the entire world. And I love to spin my own fiber into yarn. I don't have my spinning wheel here in Michigan, it's back home, but I do miss doing that. It was my favorite hobby to do with my grandmother that I learned when I was 13.
Your Nani?
Not Noni, she was not talented.
Sorry, Noni.
Not my Italian grandma. My grandma who's in Idaho.
Okay.
She had a big weaving loom. I learned how to weave, spin my own yarn, and then knit and crochet. I've been crocheting since I was 7, though. And then she told me I had to be older to learn knitting. But she would visit us when we lived in California, and she would teach me how to crochet then. And then that just made me want to do more.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, she told me when I was old enough, I would be able to learn how to do spinning.
Yeah.
Because I was always fascinated. She had multiple wheels, like the ones you see on Cinderella. But it's not that's the upholstery one or the silk one. The ones we have are the traditional Ashford spinning wheels. I know we're getting into the weeds here, but if you look up a traditional spinning wheel, those are the ones we have. And my sister and I had one, my grandma and I do. So we all used to spin together, had our farmer's market, used to sell our stuff at our local farmer's markets and craft fairs. My grandma still does them with my sister. She'll help out, and they still make stuff. But had an Etsy account for a while, just don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But would hand dye my fiber too. So we get alpaca fiber and we would dye it.
I appreciate you sharing all that.
Yeah.
It sounds very involved, but it sounds like a
so
lot of good memories are
rewarding,
associated
though.
with that.
Yeah, a lot of good memories.
Yeah.
Very rewarding, though, to have something from start to finish. Getting that dirty fiber after they shear the animal, dyeing it, because you need to dye it with all of the dirt in it if you use a RIT dye.
Okay.
And then you have to lay it out and let it dry. Then you have to comb it in one direction.
Okay.
And then you can actually start making it into yarn. But you can only spin one way, then you have to spin another skein of it and then ply it together. It's a very long process. Then you have to set the twist on your yarn. Then you can wind it into a ball, then you can knit it. It's a very long process. And then the knitting takes a while too.
Do you know all this, Gib?
Yeah,
he says
right.
yes, he did. He
Yeah,
knew all of
right.
that. Yeah.
Some of you might know what I'm talking about, but it's such a rewarding process. It's on YouTube. No, a lot of this stuff is like learned and passed down from other crafters, Mr. Gibb. And so I think I might have texted Madison, but there's like a fiber house or a fiber something that's opening in Benzie County here soon. And I want to go to it. They're going to have fiber and crafts.
I think Heather will be the first customer in the door.
I will.
Yeah.
And my grandma was talking about visiting up here, and I'm like, you would love all the yarn shops that we have and all the crafts. But she's so talented. It's absurd. It is absurd where she gets her talents from. I don't know. But she makes all the creative stuff.
Yeah. I see my sister's watching, which, hi, Kristen.
Kristen, hi. You don't usually tune in.
I just haven't seen her name pop up in a long time. She wants to know where Benji is.
Benji's not in our building, but he might be adjacent.
I think Thursday. Yeah, he'll be here Thursday,
Thursday?
Kristen.
I don't get to meet his best friend, Gib, again.
So Kristen is super talented at crocheting, knitting. Heather, you'd have a lot of great conversations. Oh yeah, she has an Instagram page. You should follow her. She made her, as she was getting ready for her wedding, which almost a whole year ago, she made her like a robe, I guess. There's probably a better term for it, Kristen, but there was a robe that she made, and it had almost like feathers at the bottom. And it was just gorgeous, and she could probably sell that for tons of money.
Yeah.
But she just is so dedicated, and she learned from our Aunt Linda, who has since passed. But Kristen has a lot of great memories with my Aunt Linda, just like you have a lot of great memories with your grandma.
Yeah.
Talking about all these crafty things that a lot of us can't even fathom doing. So appreciate you sharing that, Heather.
Yeah, a lot of quality time, and it's such a time-consuming thing.
Yes.
So I want to see pictures of that, though.
Oh, for sure.
Brennan.
Yeah, I'll show you after this.
I'll follow her, see what she's all about. I love it, though. I started knitting a project that I started in college, and I tried to pick it up again, and I make my own patterns, because sometimes patterns are not always what I want. And there's a lot of math and measuring involved. That's what I like about knitting. It's very mathematical.
Okay.
But yeah, I picked it up and I was in the middle of the project, and I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure it out.
It's impressive just to see the process and see what happens at the end and
yeah,
and how,
I have to show you some things sometimes.
I don't like how this turned out. I'm like, I don't even notice. It looks great.
Oh, dude, ripping out all the stuff to redo it. And that comes from my grandma. She's such a perfectionist too. She makes something for somebody, it has to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So I have so many handmade things. She made me a quilt before I went off to college. It's the most gorgeous quilt that I started with her. I just didn't actually do the quilt. Like, I put all the pieces together, but didn't do the actual quilting part where you like stitch all the way through it. So she finished that for me for college, and it was, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
I have a lot of memories with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you done the process where you create something and you have somebody test it out, or multiple people test out the pattern?
No.
Kristen's gotten into that. She's, I think, done at least one thing where she's made it and then had other people test it, and she's tested other people's designs, so you don't have to pay for the design. You're giving feedback to that person to kind of perfect it. So
I feel like, I go on this site called Ravelry, or All Knitting Patterns, but Ravelry is something you could buy, or Etsy even, good patterns from people and get more specific with what you want. But you end up testing the pattern as you make it anyway, because there are sometimes mistakes in a pattern you buy.
Sure.
So I feel like I test people's patterns, but I end up paying for the ones that I really like and want. But yeah, that's interesting though.
And then Jackie's talking about how she has been knitting for years. She just made her first sock.
Socks are so complicated. Did you use double pointed needles? I need to know.
Oof.
And my grandma and I would make socks. She made me like these handmade moccasin slippers.
Oh, wow.
And there was a lot of needles involved. So.
Well, that 10 minutes went by very quickly, Heather.
It did. We went down a rabbit hole of crafting, but.
Started with coffee mugs and then alpacas and now this.
And I've done
That's
pottery myself too, but nowhere near the talent that Trevor's mom is. So, a few vases at home still, but.
A lot of talented people.
Crafty.
We have a lot of comments already, a lot of guesses.
Cool.
Do you want to start talking about the weather quiz and then get into weather?
I guess talk about the other thing that
Okay.
I do on the side too.
Sounds good. The weather?
The weather,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so which planet is closest to the sun? Is it Mercury, Neptune, or is it Earth?
Oh, you didn't put Pluto in there?
I almost did, but I wanted to put Earth.
Well, Arizona just named Pluto that state's official planet. It's not
And if
really
you thought
techni-
Arizona wasn't weird enough,
And
there
it's
you
not
go.
technically a planet anymore.
No, but that is
so-
just Arizona, right? I mean, when you think about Arizona,
Yeah, I'm sure there's
it's
more.
an interesting area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more to it, and I don't know it all.
Yeah, I didn't read up on it, but our former political reporter, Rachel Louise Just,
That's who I
posted
saw it
it,
from,
and that's
yep.
how I saw it, yeah,
Yep,
because
yep.
she's working out there now.
Looks
So-
like the clouds are moving out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, and I told you
That's
we were going to
ex-
see rapid clearing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know what? Since we're already down this rabbit hole.
Oh, are we gonna go on a tour of the cameras?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, let's go to Green Bay.
Green Bay, is that where you want to go?
Yeah, because you can probably see the cloud line.
Yeah, that's a good point. If it's pointing the right direction, though.
Oh, yeah. So Heather can control our station cameras, but she can't control the other ones.
Yes. We only have a few that we can control, though. All of them that we show on air, not every single one, is something we can move. I'm getting to the W's here. Okay. Green Bay is there. Yeah, kind of.
Yep. Mix
Yeah.
of sun and clouds.
I wanted to see Milwaukee's, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, we have a
that's-
ton of cameras in Milwaukee. I
Yeah. Got that one.
think. Ooh.
See, there we go.
Yeah, that's
what
pretty.
we're looking for.
Yeah.
This one, another Milwaukee camera. This is at Harbor.
Yes, that's right by
Yes.
the art museum.
Oh, nice. I've never
Right
been
on the
to
lakefront.
Milwaukee.
It's like a butterfly. It kind of
Oh.
opens and closes.
That's cool.
I don't know the technical term.
And
And,
then
that's
that-
the airport.
The airport. So, yeah. There
Nice.
you go. That tells the weather story. That's it.
All right,
Good
have
night,
a good day.
goodbye.
Bye. Now we got to talk about
Yeah.
our weather, right?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
go through the forecast a little bit. So yeah, we are seeing that rain anymore, but that's starting to come to an end. So that's the good news. If you have outdoor plans today, we will see a break from the rain and nice dry weather into the weekend. So here's a look at the next few hours. Stormcast is showing that rain moving out of the area quickly as that low pressure system will track off to our east, and we're going to see more of that rain sticking to the eastern side. So if you're in Alpena, watching over there, Presqu'île, Mount Morency, even Otsego will hang on to a few showers heading into the later part of our afternoon. By the evening, though, rapid clearing behind the system. We're going to see some nice clear skies in time for the evening. Could see a little bit of some fog developing in the eastern upper peninsula tomorrow morning. But aside from that, we'll see some cloud cover moving in. And then temperatures today will be a little bit on the warmer side. It really depends on where you're at, though. So we'll see 70 degrees in Newberry and Engadine, but 59 if you're in St. Ignace. Still a pleasant May day. We'll see that early morning rain moving into the afternoon. Eastern side of the map will come to an end. We'll see around 66 if you're in Kalkaska, 59 in Charlevoix for that high, 61 on Beaver Island, scattered rain, then clearing by the afternoon. Same story in our southern counties, 72 at Baldwin, and we'll see 69 in Cadillac. Tonight will cool off to around the upper 30s, low 40s, mostly clear sky, and late fog will develop. Winds will shift more out of the Alpena, 39 in Grayling, being one of the cooler spots tonight. 41 on Beaver Island. In Boyne City, 45 this evening, and we'll see 40s up to the 50s in our southern counties with a clear sky. So the extended forecast, not a lot going on right now. So aside from that rain, quiet weather is expected Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But look at those highs tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day to be outside, partly sunny sky. If you want to take Benji for a walk or other dogs for a little walk, it'll be a nice day to do it. And then Monday is looking similar to Saturday, except with more sunshine expected. Clouds will move in ahead of our next weather maker Tuesday. And then we'll see rain and scattered rain showers on Wednesday and Thursday.
Okie doke. We'll get right to the comments since we spent a lot of time at the front end of this.
That was, yeah.
Gail's at the top of my list, maybe different on yours. It's raining in Kingsley. Thank you for that, Gail. Christopher's back with us. It's 61 and it's raining in Farmington Hills. And I know he was talking about what he was doing yesterday. Where's that comment? He said he had a good time at the Livonia 50th annual prayer breakfast with And I know who this guy is, former WDIV meteorologist Chuck Gatica. Great guy.
Oh, really?
Yep. Met
I'm not
him.
too familiar with all of the Michigan meteorologists
Yeah.
like all of you guys are, but
Yeah, he retired from TV a while back. Well, TV meteorology a while back, but I met him. Wonderful, genuine guy.
Yeah.
So, Christopher, it's nice to hear that you were with Chuck. So
I'm
Chuck
sure
was
you
the
had all the
speaker.
questions for him.
Oh, gosh. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, good ones though.
And Christopher's saying the prayer breakfast in Livonia is the oldest one in the state of Michigan.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
All right, we'll go back up here. Say hi to Paul. He's in Rogers City. Gail, yes, we did forget the weather quiz at 6:25.
Gail, yeah, and you were on top of it too.
Sorry about that.
Oops, that's on Brendan.
Okay. Susan Lash Sims is watching. She's in Kalkaska. It's 58 degrees right there. It's cloudy. Jackie is in Kalkaska as well. It's 55 degrees. Raining, but the grass is turning green.
Yeah, a lot of
Good
greenery right
observation,
now.
Yep.
It's looking nice and pretty outside. Everything's coming back to life. It's always a good sign.
Yes. So thank you for that, Jackie. Joel is watching from the Pleasanton Patriots Pub, 53 degrees, raining. The boss said work at 9, now at 10, hopefully. Keeps raining because he needs a day off.
Yeah, I know. I
You're a
hear
busy
that
guy, Joel.
the outdoor jobs are waiting this rain out for the most part.
Joel is guessing Mercury, by the way. And it's 55 in East Jordan. Thank you, Nancy. Christopher's guessing Mercury. Mark is watching from Fremont, Indiana. It's raining there. Paul's guessing Mercury. Jackie's guessing Earth. Paula saying good Friday morning in Boyne Falls, 58 and raining lightly. A nice little over 2/10 of an inch of rain so far. That would be 23 hundredths, 0.23, is that right, the decimal points?
What did you say? Sorry?
0.23, that's 23 hundredths, right?
2300s, yep.
Okay. Gail's guessing Mercury. Susan Lash Sims guessing the same thing. Susie Q is chiming in. What is she saying?
Susie Q.
56 and raining. Brr. But we need the rain for the morels to grow. Yeah, we had a story on that this morning.
Yeah, the morels are probably loving this, especially with the warmer temperatures this weekend. They might be popping up, especially where there's been some fires lately. That's usually the better spots I hear from the hunters. Once there's a burn, it releases what it needs to make morels grow.
Good.
So usually prescribed burns or other wildfires. Unfortunately, that's where you can find the morels though. So usually like a year or two after.
Susie Q found 4 by her driveway. Hopefully to see more after the rain.
That's lucky. You got them right in your driveway.
Seen any since 2020, but at our secret spots. Okay.
And old apple orchards are a good spot too. The apple orchards here will see them, but because they treat their apples, you can't eat the morels because it's not good.
Okay.
But you will see if you go to any orchard, you might see them popping up.
Apparently Susie Q saw a cute little fox on the steps.
Oh, we've been seeing more pictures
Last
of
night.
fox
Yeah.
lately.
Paula guessing Mercury. Joyce watching from Prudenville. Mercury is her guess. Dave's watching from Breckenridge, Michigan. It's 59 degrees and cool rain. We've gone through that. Talk about Jackie. Paula said, wow, Heather, you really know your stuff. We have a brand new fiber shed in Boyne City.
Oh, fun.
I think I know where Heather's heading next.
Yeah, up north from here. Not north for you guys, but.
Susie Q was asking what the question was. Hopefully you got that. My mom's watching from not too far from where we are here, just outside of Traverse City. Hi, Mom. She said, good morning from beautiful Traverse City. Love being here with, wow, my wonderful son. That's nice. So excited
Even
to come.
with that alarm clock this morning, Christine?
She made my turkey sandwich this morning. She insisted. I go, thank you. I'll take it.
Wow.
It was good, Mom. Thank you. So excited to come see Heather and Gib next week? Question mark. Of course.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
We're excited to have you.
She loves all of Brendan's friends, and she's saying hi to her talented daughter. All we need is my dad and Benji to join the conversation, then we got all the Kinneys.
Well, they might be just taking a little extra sleep there.
I don't blame that. A 4-hour drive yesterday.
If I could sleep right now, I would be too.
Christopher saying, nice dress. Heather looks like red, but almost looks like burnt orange. What is the color, Heather?
It is like a fire truck red, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
That's a
The
good
bright
description. Benji's sleeping on my couch apparently right now. Stressful day for our puppy, traveling until he saw Brenda's apartment and started crying happiness.
Red.
Yes.
Oh, he knew.
He knows.
Oh,
He's
my
been up here
goodness.
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Susie Q has the most beautiful crochet tablecloth from her aunt that she made for Susie Q's daughter because she would never use it. I knit plus crochet and learned from her grandmother.
Oh, I love that.
My sister is loving all the conversations about knitting this morning. And okay, I was right. It is a robe that she made for her wedding.
Oh, yes.
And she said, hope you both have a great day with a heart emoji.
Oh,
Thanks,
hope you do,
Kristen. Love ya.
Kristen.
Nice to have Kristen on the conversation today. Susie Q's guessing Earth. Jackie would love to see the robe. When I see a Jackie, I'll have to show you. Nancy is guessing Earth. And Christopher is, no matter what we talk about, he has family, it seems. Tennessee and now Wisconsin, based on his family history. And Joel is looking forward to a motorcycle ride tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, perfect motorcycle weather.
Amanda Gibb is watching.
Mrs. Gibb,
Hi,
who answered
Amanda.
our weather quiz for us.
Thank you for taking part in the weather quiz.
Yeah, thanks for taking one for the team and helping our Facebook viewers out since we couldn't help them.
Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah.
And Joel said mushrooms in his yard are getting huge. Ron, I think you're new to the conversation, if I'm not mistaken. Ron's watching from Canton. Hello, Ron. Thanks
Ron.
for joining.
Yeah, you're still sticking around, hopefully, after all that.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm good. No, I'm kidding.
He's like girl crafting talk and whatever.
Sam's watching from downstate White Lake. He said just a little wet here. And Mark watching from Z Hills, Florida. And looks like he got an oil change. It's got done change more. Oh, I think that's what it says. And Jackie said, did somebody say there's a knitting store in Boyne? Yeah, talk to Paula for those details. And Lois watching from Sylvania, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. That's right on the border with Michigan by Toledo, I think. Stormy, where Lois is. And Christopher's been tracking family, or he has tracked family. Wow, in all 50 states. He's been working on family history since 2005. So what, next year will be 20 years working on that?
Wow, yeah.
All right, almost 9 o'clock, Heather.
One more comment about the knitting and then we'll move on.
Go for it.
I know everybody else is probably doing other things in high school, but I started my own knitting club in high school and had my friends knitting and my Spanish teacher. So that was me as a high schooler.
Quite wholesome, yeah.
Yeah, I loved my crafting. Because like 13, you know, that's the age where kids get into trouble, and I was spinning yarn at the craft fair with my grandma, so. I don't regret it. It was a fun time, and I still do it now, so.
Yeah.
All right, so which planet is the closest to the sun?
It's Mercury.
It is Mercury. Brendan answered that without even a second.
My very educated mother just served us 9, it used to be pizzas, but Pluto's not.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, that's how, that's how I remember the
Oh my
planets.
gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I really haven't taken an astronomy class, so all this is self-taught usually, but Neptune is the furthest from the sun, if you're wondering. So here is a look at our weather quiz standings this week. Brendan and producer Sarah are tied at the end of the week for 3 for 5, and Director Gibb 2 for 5. Facebook viewers are 1 for 5, and thank you, Mrs. Gibb, for that. And sorry to the rest of you. That's the one time we have forgotten in a long time. We've been doing this for like 5 months now, so you know what?
Quite involved with the alpacas. So.
The only things that matter, the alpacas. So I want my own farm. I want my own.
That is rain falling on Mackinac Island, right?
Yeah, it does kind of look like snow, but I do think it's just rain. It's too warm.
Amanda saying, I'm sorry I told my husband the wrong answer.
It's okay.
Way to hold yourself accountable, Amanda. All right, we'll be, here we go. More information from Paula. Fiber Shed, Yarn and Fiber Arts. Wow, Fiber Shed, Yarn and Fiber Arts is the name of the fiber place in Boyne City.
Love that. I will be looking into that now. So thank you for that, Paula. Definitely worth the drive, I think.
Well, fun conversation today.
Yeah.
Amanda will be sending Gib home here in about, we'll shoot for about 45 minutes, okay?
Okay.
So you can expect
Maybe 40 because
expect
you
him
have your
home.
meeting at 45.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. You're right.
See ya.
So we're going to leave it at that, and we appreciate
Yeah.
you watching. We'll
Have
see
a
you
good weekend.
Monday. How does that sound?
Sounds good. We'll see you Monday.